one-man game.
It's showtime, folks!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another edition of Through the Waiver Wire. I wasn't able to make it last week, but I'm back this week. It is the fantasy playoffs. For most leagues, it is the championship. For my league, it's the championship. I am in it. So let's get right down to the waiver wire. It is thin this week, but we have 3 names on the list. Excuse me. And first off, we're going to start with Kenneth Farrow, running back from the San Diego Chargers. Now, obviously, this has to do with Melvin Gordon's injury, and the severity of it hasn't been discussed or let out yet of how long Melvin Gordon will be out, but it's looking like he won't make it for this week's game. Kenneth Farrow had 16 carries for 55 yards and 6 targets for 23 yards when Melvin Gordon exited last week's game, and it's looking like he's going to be the lead back. The Chargers have the Oakland Raiders coming up and the Cleveland Browns coming up after that, so those are 2 golden matchups. But one thing that sours me on this is that there was a article from the San Diego Union Tribune suggesting that this may turn into a committee with Ronnie Hillman, and that's just not good at all. I mean, Ronnie Hillman just goes around ruining everybody, like Devontae Booker, not Booker, but C.J. Anderson. Ronnie Hillman was in a committee with, and now this. So I don't like that at all. I don't like the words running back by committee because you never know what's going to happen, but it's looking like Kenneth Farrow is going to be the lead back. So I do suggest picking him up, but if you have better options, I would go with those better options. However, if you're down to nothing, Kenneth Farrow is a good pickup. Next up on the list is Taylor Gabriel, receiver from the Atlanta Falcons. If you haven't picked up this guy already, you should definitely go pick him up now, because last week I had 99 problems and Julio Jones was 1. So I was left out, and I picked up Taylor Gabriel last week, and boy, did he ever come through for me. And in the first round of my playoffs, this kid has 5 touchdowns in the last 6 games. You know, normally I don't like the long bomb options. They normally tend to be boom or bust, kind of like Ted Ginn. But this kid is getting targets, consistent targets. So it's not necessarily long bomb dependent, because being that Matt Ryan is looking his way, he can put up numbers. And also this week he has the San Francisco 49ers. I mean, they are just atrocious. And if Julio and Sanu is out, I'm pretty sure Taylor Gabriel can have another big game. Last up on the list is Bilal Powell. Now, this is contingent upon Matt Forte's injury and his availability for this coming Saturday's game, but it looks like Matt Forte won't be playing. So Bilal Powell's a great pickup. Looking back last week, he had 29 carries for 145 yards and 2 touchdowns, albeit against the San Francisco 49ers. You just heard me talk about how atrocious they are. But with that said, looking at his next matchup, he has the Miami Dolphins, and get this, the Miami Dolphins have given up double-digit fantasy points in every game to opposing running backs. All games. Every game. That is crazy. Ridiculous. I mean, they made David Johnson work last week, but if you're down and out at running back, Bilal Powell is an excellent pickup, and it's the fantasy playoffs, and the waiver wire is thin. And I mean, if you're down to nothing, I would definitely go with Bilal Powell this week. Last up, we have my streaming kicker of the week, and that is Matt Bryant of the Atlanta Falcons. Ladies and gentlemen, that is it, and that is all. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. Also, feel free to follow me at Swiss Army Knife 4.